Hello everyone! Today we have a friend from Fudan who's gonna be in our YouTube video with me, Jaylin, and her name is...
Hello guys, my name is Jin and I'm from Korea, of course from the south side, and I'm a friend of Jaylin.
Hello! Yeah, we both are studying at Fudan University. I'm a junior. She's also a junior, but my major is economics and her major is...
Administrative management major.
Yes! 안녕하세요. 강서진씨.
사와디카.
Yeah. So in this video, we both are gonna share about our life at Fudan University. So you might wonder like how life in university is like from the perspective of international students. So we're gonna share the good side and of course the bad sides of studying here. Just a heads up, these are just our personal opinions about what we experience here throughout our 2.5 years here at Fudan, what we like and what we dislike. So you can consider this video when you decide to come to study in China. So let's get started with what we like in Fudan and in Chinese university.
Okay.
So we will go one by one. So Jin, do you want to start first?
You get to know various cultures because there are so many people around the China groups of like antics kind of things. They come from every different like cities, and you get to know so many cultures, to know about different histories and cultures and things.
So when you come to China, you might think that there's like, everything is Chinese, like what we thought Chinese are like. But actually in China, there's many small ethnic groups that we call 族, right? Yeah, Chinese people here are mostly Han 族, but there's also Xinjiang.
扎克族也有朝鲜的 like it has ethnics like from Korea, Kazakhstan maybe, Mongolians, and there is so much ethnics.
Our university has a lot of international students, maybe one of the top university that has the most international students, very diverse. I know a lot of Korean students, Sojin also know a lot of Thai students, so that's what Sojin likes. So for me, what I like about here is the very good IT system. Okay, so everything depends on your phone. Like you have your phone and you can do everything in university life. For example, if you want to find a classroom to self-study, you don't need to go walk around and look one by one. You can just look into the phone and go to university app, WeChat, and then you can check directly which classroom are empty and you can just go directly. Everything is so online. Even the library, you don't need to bring your student card. You just need your phone. Everything is 扫码. The bad thing is that if you forget your phone, you're dead.
You're dead. It's done. Like
You're
nothing's
dead.
gonna happen.
And when you go to the cafeteria, you just need your phone to pay for everything and you top up the money inside the phone. You get into the bus between campus. It's just so convenient. So when I go back to Thailand, it's very culture shock because everything you need to bring a wallet, a card.
Cash.
Yeah, cash. They still use cash, but here we just use the phone. And it's very fast. That's what I like. What's the second thing you like, Saji?
The second thing I like is like you can have your own motorcycle, and this is the best part of it.
Yeah, this is what I'm going to talk to. Okay, go.
I'm a best driver.
Hop in. Really?
Hop in.
注意安全. Hi.
Like I bought my own motorcycle when I was a freshman, and the school here is not that small. You have to walk around to find your own like lectures and classes, and the rest time is only like 10 minutes, and you can just go over everywhere to find your classroom. But if you have this motorcycle, completely like
just around the whole school. But cannot you do that in Korean university?
No, like you need a license. To be honest, I don't have my own personal license, but in China, there is no need to have a license, maybe.
We don't need license. We just go to the shop and buy a 电动车, a motorcycle, and we can drive around the school in very fast because the school is so big. Another thing what I like about having the motorcycle is that you can bring your friend at the back and you can like drive around the school with your friend at the back. It's like teenager
romantic.
life.
It's so romantic stuff to do with your friends
and your boyfriend.
Don't mention it.
Okay, for me, what I like about Fudan is that there's a lot of place for me to do self-study or 自习. Because when I was in Amsterdam, I found out that there wasn't a lot of place and the library was so small. But everything in China is big. For example, the library, we have like very big library with a lot of floors and a lot of seats. And library is very warm in winter and cold in summer, and you can charge your phone. And also the library facility is very good. You can use your phone to book the seat, and that seat is yours. Also take a nap in the library, so you basically can do everything in the library. And if you don't like the library, some people just prefer the classrooms. There are a lot of classrooms for people to study. So if you're a very studious student, Fudan is right for you. You can study everywhere, even in the canteen.
So true.
Oh, forget to mention where are we?
We are in our canteen, like it's Danyan.
What else do you like?
People here is really ardent. Like they treat you good, especially when you tell them like you're a foreigner or you're like from Korea or maybe Thai. They're so interesting to talk about society problems like born rate is so low in Korea. These kind of things are so like good topics to talk about with other like they love to talk about these kind of topics. And those K-pop stuff so helps me out to spread out to like other Chinese.
Try one song.
Like BTS, like
Sing.
Blackpink, like kind of things just helps me out to like reach out to other Chinese or like my friend Jaylene.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, maybe in between, is that when I'm here, I have chance to learn how to live alone and do many things alone. So when I was young, I always do things with my friends, even going to the restroom. Everything we need to go by groups, it's like 4 or 5 people, and we need to stick with those people. But university life is different, especially in China. People here like to do things alone.
Yeah.
Really, right?
Yeah.
Like they eat alone, they go to class alone, they 自习 alone, they go to library alone. It's just their culture, I think, that Chinese people prefer to do things alone. Because first, it's faster. You don't need to wait for your friends. And each friend has different schedule. So you just don't need to wait for each other and waste a lot of time. Yeah, but sometimes I also feel quite lonely about this. Like I just prefer to be among a lot of friends. Maybe I'm Iran and I want a lot of energy from being with a lot of people.
You can become more like independent.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Do you like doing things alone? Or
I prefer being alone most of the time, but sometimes I need to like refresh myself. In China,
in
most
China,
of
people
things,
do things alone.
Yeah,
really?
they tend
like
to do
when you
alone.
go out, you see students, everyone just walk alone or like in pairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are 3 things that I like and Sajin likes. So here come the fun part. Main reason I want to do this video is that I want to share different opinions, not only what I like and others people like, but what are the things that we don't like. Of course, when you go to other countries, there must be certain things that you do not like about that countries, right? So these are our honest thoughts about studying in China for 3 years.
Like everything has pros and cons, so this is the cons part.
Let's go, Sajin.
It's like about learning Chinese. The most difficult part is like you have to memorize all the characters that you have to write. The second thing is like the tone of speaking Chinese makes everything's meanings different. And I have a funny story about this. I had something to ask to my male Chinese friend, and I was supposed to say like 我想问你, like I have something to ask to you, but I said 我想吻你, and he like just freaked out and he said, what? I want to kiss you. I was so big. Tone of the voice just makes it different.
For me, the first thing that I thought of what I doesn't like here is that sometimes I feel like the Chinese students, not everyone, but some of them are quite into study so much here. Because Fudan is the top university, and students who can get into this university, of course, like must be like super smart guys in their hometown. Because it's very competitive. I totally understand. So that's why like, a lot of students here are quite nerdy and really into study so much that sometimes I feel like I cannot engage in conversation with them. They seem to have their own space and their own world. Why I'm not really into that study that much. So I think sometimes we cannot get into conversation, and sometimes it's hard to be friends with my classmates. I just made friends with students from other major or students who have the similar interests with me. Sometimes you will have a culture shock, but you just try to understand them that it's their thing, that studying is very important in their life. Okay, next.
My second thing is based on my experience, and it was like back in 2017 maybe, and there were a big conflict between China and Korea, and it's called SAD.
Oh, what's that?
SAD, like THAD maybe. Like it was a conflict. At that time, the teachers in my school didn't allow Korean students to go outside because they were just being protective, because maybe someone would like harm you. That was true. Like they had so much protest in the middle of the city. It was so like it was acceptable to not go outside. But the thing is, one time I was in class and this teacher started to talk about those conflict, and I was the only foreigner student in that class. And one of my friends told that teachers like, there is a Korean student over here, so maybe we should talk it later. Like he was just criticizing Korea all the time. So like, but he said like, so what? She has to know about this. So like it was a kind of hurtful experience so for me, but at the same time, like my friends are being so protective for me, so I just really appreciate them.
Oh, that's so kind of her.
Yeah, they were so
Yeah.
kind. What about you?
For me, another thing that I experienced when I came here is that there's certain space between classmates and friends. So in Thailand, we might call my classmates friends. We call everyone friends. Like it's easy to get to be friend with someone. But here they have space between 同学 and 朋友。你也知道吗？
对。
They only call people 朋友 as long as they're like super close, or like they have agreed to become friends. But they will not call everyone friends. They will call those people 那个女生、那个男生、那个同学。A lot of people I talk to, they are not so close to their classmates. Their definition of relationship is different from what I thought about.
Yeah, they have a certain boundary.
Yeah.
For themselves.
They have certain hierarchy. Like these people, how close you are to that friends. And for me, we just like be friends with everyone, right? Yeah. So that's what it makes me feel quite surprised too. Maybe different perspective. But for me, I like to have a lot of friends.
Me too. Same here.
Yeah, and a lot of people here are quite I. You know, like people here, they will say like you're I 人, E 人, you're extrovert or introvert. And I found that Fudan students, there's more I than E. They call 社恐, and they don't like to be between a lot of people. They just prefer to be alone. Okay, what's the last thing you don't like here?
Okay, Chinese food over here is way too much oily.
Yes, agree.
And every mala things, it makes you fat when you just get in China.
Gain weight.
Yeah, gain like 5
I gained 6. I gained 6 last.
So it's kind of like hard to attach with Chinese food. Although it's delicious, like it's good, but at the same time, sometimes you feel a kind of like so
Greasy.
oily
You feel so
inside.
greasy, like you don't want to eat anything.
I gained weight for like 5 kilograms because the foods here is so oily. If you want to get vegetables, they bake it with oil, so much oil.
Even though you want to eat clean, like you want to eat some vegetables, right? They put their vegetables in oil.
Yeah.
So there's no way that you will not get fat as long as there's oil. And 辣椒, the 辣椒, like the Chinese chili, they're put in oil. So everything based on oil. So you cannot escape oil when you're in China. But there's a lot of good food here, like not like outside the school. Okay, so that's the 3 things that we don't like about our school. Yeah.
But we still like our school. We love it.
Yeah, we love our school so much. But it's just like there are, of course, some things that maybe doesn't impress us here.
Everything has pros and cons.
Okay, overall, we like our school. Our school give us freedom to do most of the things we want. So if you consider coming to study in China, you can take this video as part of your decision making. You can look at pros and cons and see whether you really like it or not. So before I came to China, I also never think that I will experience this. But after I'm here, I want to share it with you guys who are planning to come here. Yeah. Anything?
I want to tell like there is discrepancy between my imagination before I came to China and after I came I just realized there is a kind of difference but still I love this country and we love being in China so you can just take it as an example and it was so nice to be in my J's videos.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
고마워요.
ขอบคุณค่ะ Don't forget to subscribe and likes and comments
Can you
below.
say in Korean?
좋아요, 구독, 알림 설정까지. 안녕.
อย่าลืมกดไลค์กด subscribe แล้วก็รอคอยติดตามคอนเทนต์เกี่ยวกับประเทศจีนในอนาคตด้วยนะคะบ๊ายบาย